Hey guys, welcome to another video. It's a rest day. I just woke up from a nap, and so I figured what better time to turn the camera on and do some talking. And yeah, so I want to talk a little bit about self-talk again. This will be the second video in the series. In the first video we covered sort of verbal talk, manifesting your thoughts through verbal speech and how your verbal speech can affect your mindset. And in this video I want to talk a little bit more about kind of the internal dialogue that you have within yourself. And we're going to start from an assumption here, and that assumption is that you know what a negative thought is for you. You can easily identify a negative thought, and you've chosen to move past that, or you want to move past those thoughts. And so negative thought, a couple of examples of those would be writing, hey, I want to quit, this sucks, this hurts, I'm done, I'm tapping out, I'm not good enough. All of these are negative thoughts, and so we're going to start from the assumption that you know what those are for you, and you can easily identify them, and that you want to move past them. And so we could spend all day talking about your internal dialogue and how to make that healthy, but I really want to talk about what I like to call anti-discipline. And this concept is broader than just discipline, so I use it myself, anti-discipline, and essentially it just means having the discipline to say no to things, rather than trying to establish habits and really trying to be very disciplined in stuff that you want to implement. Saying no to stuff, being disciplined about saying no to stuff. No to fast food, going out, taking things out of your life that are negative. All of these things, these behaviors, you can say no to. And when you say no to those and cut those out of your life, your life moves in a positive direction. And so that's really what I like to practice with my own self-dialogue, and try to explain that a little bit more here and give you one of the main tools I use for that. And what I mean by that is I don't have a positive self-tape going in my head. Lots of people do, lots of people can. If that's you, that's fantastic. If that works for you, that's great. Positive reinforcement, positively reinforcing yourself, that works for some people, and that's great. For me, I'm a little bit more naturally negative, and so for me, it's more about filtering out the negative thoughts, that's allowing myself to just be and continue with the effort, or the ride, or pre-race nerves, or whatever I'm dealing with at the time, rather than trying to cover the emotion or the thought with positive thought. I just try to pull back and say no. And so that kind of gets into the tool that I want to talk about today, which I like to call sort of the bear in the camp tool. And we'll just use the bear in the camp analogy to explain it. It's very simple. If you are out camping in the woods and a bear comes into your camp, what do? You back off from your camp. You separate yourself from the bear. Back off. Let him go through your camp. Let him eat. When the bear leaves, then you come back into the camp, put your camp back together, probably move camp at that point, if you're smart, or maybe the bear's satisfied and he's gone. So how does this apply to thought? Well, a negative thought enters your mind. You can either try to cover it or block it, or you can see it for what it is, let it in, let it do its thing, and then let it depart. Right? There's no positive or there's no conflict. There's no positive thought that you conflict, in conflict with this thought with. You're just letting it be. It's like, yes, this is a negative thought. Okay, pull back from that thought, emotionally detach from that thought, realize what it is, let it do its thing, and by that, it just float around in your head. right? That voice that says stop, or whatever that is for you. I'm not good enough. This person's far better than me. These little insecurities that can pop up because of sport, because of how hard sport is. It's one of the beautiful things about it. Let that thought be, back off from it, and then let it depart and continue on with what you're doing. So that's a tool that has been really valuable for me. Maybe you'll have luck with that. Maybe you are the kind of person that needs a little bit more positive reinforcement within yourself. I'm probably not the person to listen to for that. And go out and search that out, because your interior life and your mental life are going to dictate what happens to you in life and in sport, especially in sport. So that's it for today. Bear in the camp technique, negative self-talk, self-dialogue, and that's it. So I'm not going to ramble on anymore. It's a rest day, so I'm going to go eat and probably sleep again. And yeah, thank you for watching. Ride safe out there, and expect another one of these in the future at some point. Ciao.